and welcome back to Dr. Noah's YouTube updates, and just go through the scientific literature. This just came out November 16th. Well, that's today. Erectile dysfunction risk seen in men who take too much drugs. Yeah. So there's obviously this kind of notion as you get older, you know, you're falling apart, there's nothing you can do, come see the drug doctor and we'll take care of you with lots of drugs. Well, now they're finding out is that it's not so much age, and that's what this study here from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill states, is it's not that you're possibly getting old, you're on all these crappy drugs that make you sick. What kind of drugs? Yeah, for blood pressure, for SSRIs, for depression, anxiety. They have a direct impact in terms of how you function as a man. Now, what's interesting about men are they're usually notorious in terms of not taking care of their health. They don't care. They still think they're 19 years old. They're the big captain of the football team, the quarterback like that, and they just have a terrible time. But when it comes to sex function, man, that will get their attention. So, I mean, they're willing to do things. And so as this study actually stated at the end, it says this should be used and looked at first before people are put on Viagra. Now, Viagra is a drug that helps with erectile dysfunction. As I've mentioned many times, erectile dysfunction outside just too many drugs is just that you're sick. And that's just another organ, whether or not you have a sick heart, sick brain, sick kidney, you have a sick sex organ that doesn't work right. And that should be looked at as not a drug deficiency of Viagra, that you need to be healthy. And so what they were able to show is that this is the mind-boggling thing, and I see this all the time, not only in my patients, but I also volunteer at Pathway Home, which is a facility that works on Afghani and Iraqi soldiers that, once again, have had some type of terrible injury on them. I work on them, and they're like this, that 30% of the men taking 10 or more medications, now just wrap your head around it, 10 drugs a day? I mean, that's not modern medicine, that's voodoo. There's no science on that. Had a 500% greater chance of having erectile dysfunction than men that didn't take those kind of drugs. So do the math there. 500% increase of erectile dysfunction because you're on 10 or more drugs. Man, that's just madness. This is an interesting one. Now, goes along, technology is great, and with research into the future, you know, we're giving promises that stem cells are, you know, don't worry about it, just, you know, don't exercise and let your body fall apart, because, you know, we're on the brink of actually helping stem cells be able to create new body parts. And there's some truth to that, and in another video we'll talk about some natural things. But it was interesting, the largest company right here just decided to stop doing stem cell research. It's called Geron Corporation, G-R-O-N Corporation. It's a biotech company. And they were doing a lot in terms of spinal injuries, which is obviously a very devastating type of thing. But they're finding out is that, I mean, the success isn't great, and it's just so expensive. I mean, we get into the same dilemma. That's what people are looking for. Okay, I want to have stem cells. Well, you got $300,000? Oh no, but I have Medicare. Oh, they'll pay for it. Well, they don't pay. They don't have the money. Nobody has to pay. So these things are just so outrageously expensive. I mean, it's just nuts. Even if they're able to do, but that's what they stated here is that during a conference, is they made a decision that, you know, one is the success is very poor and the cost is very high. So risk versus benefits. Even, you know, people that can make billions of dollars have to come to that. And that's where stem cell research is. And that's where, like, cloning was looked at the big deal. Oh, then they found out, yeah, when they did cloning on the animals, they were able to clone, but yeah, they had an increase of cancer and osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. So these, once again, these marvelous type of things of cloning a new person like that, on the science fiction part, it looks very romantic, but on the real party, yeah, that's great. Clone yourself, but, you know, sure, you're given some more time, but, you know, you have a heart attack, cancer, osteoporosis, and osteoarthritis. I mean, that's not living. That's, once again, the living dead. So keep up to date. Keep watching. Talk to you soon.